Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 401 of the Scalable Expert Podcast. I am thrilled that you're here today. Hey, in this podcast, I'm going to talk about the term cloning yourself. So often in the past, we have heard that as the way to get ahead in your business is if only you can clone yourself, your business would grow. You would be able to scale your business. All you need to do is to find more people who can do exactly what you do, and that will start to grow your business, right? You look at your org model and you put the right people in the right places and then give them everything that's in your head and you can clone yourself. So this is a term that has been used over and over and over again. And here's the deal. I don't think it's about cloning yourself. I think it is about capturing yourself. So let's talk through that. And how do we, instead of cloning ourselves, capture ourselves? So when you talk about the scalable expert, one of the things that is critical is how do you take your expertise and scale it beyond your time and attention? That is when your expertise becomes something that exponentially gets out in the world so that you can serve at the highest level. So if we look at capturing ourselves versus cloning ourselves, we're really looking at how do we take that expertise? How do we take our ability to help our customers and, deliver on that custom work or that project or whatever it is that we are using our expertise for, and start to package our expertise in a new way. And so if we can do that, if we can capture our expertise and productize it into something that we can now start using as an asset to sell over and over again, what we've done is we've captured our expertise in a way that allows people to be able to consume it without us being present, without us taking up all of our time, maxing out our calendar, and really just having to go through the process of implementing our expertise over and over and over and over again. Okay, so let's talk about what that means. In the Scalable Expert model and the infinite scale method, what we're doing is we're helping people define what their expertise is, find the pattern and how they have helped other people with their expertise, turn it into a signature framework. The signature framework is really the proprietary path that you take people on to go from where they are today to the transformation or the result that they're looking for, right? What are those steps that they need to take to get from point A to point B? That's your signature framework. Building your authority strategy on that, meaning like you're known for that particular framework. You're known for that methodology. You're known for that intellectual property, whatever that looks like. You're taking that, you're delivering an experience in, again, in an infinite number of ways, but you're delivering that experience that consistently gets people to that result that your expertise is giving them. You're essentially productizing your expertise, right? You're taking what you know and making it into something that's tangible that somebody could grab and be able to get to the result that you are uniquely qualified to give them based on your years of experience, your years of training, your whatever it is that you are, that's gotten you to this point of being an expert. So that then you become an authority in your industry or your niche. You have an approach, a consistent approach that you lead with that helps people not only believe in your expertise, but you can show that you have a proven path that has been used and you've gotten people results. And then you can take that and deliver it in an infinite number of ways that allow you to scale your expertise into a business. And that, my friends, is when you're able to capture yourself into that kind of a system, your growth based on your expertise is limitless. You can continue to grow now and in the future, all based on how you've been able to package your expertise. So instead of thinking about how you clone yourself, which is really based on time, right? You need to clone yourself because you don't have time to do the same thing over and over and over again with an unlimited amount of clients. So you don't want to actually clone yourself. You want to take your expertise, capture it into a system and make it into an asset that then you can use to make larger impact, larger income, and do all of that without it maxing out all of your time and attention. That is the sweet spot from taking years of experience, years of training, whatever it is that you're an expert in, and really looking at how you created your slice of impact in the world, right? And making sure that everything that you're doing has some sort of legacy attached to it. That is how you capture your expertise. So instead of being tempted to clone yourself, getting tons and tons of little clones of, whatever that looks like for you, either duplicating yourself with technology, duplicating yourself with staff, duplicating yourself in many different ways because you need to deliver something that's going to take time. Instead, think about how do you turn your expertise into a scalable asset so that you can become a scalable expert. You can scale your expertise beyond your time and attention. All right, this was a short episode, but I've seen that concept of becoming a clonable version of yourself, cloning your business, all the different things. And I would argue that when you look at that model, just flip it on its side and think about how do you capture yourself? How do you capture your expertise in a different way so that you can make a bigger impact out in the world? If you love this episode and you know that one of your colleagues is really worried about cloning themselves, right? Like they just are maxed out on time, send them this episode. It may challenge them enough to think about how do you do that differently? How do you still provide a ton of value and experience to your customers and also protect your time and attention? And it really comes into play when you can capture yourself and leverage your time and attention. All right, there you go. I would love if you resonate with this episode, give us a rating and share it with a colleague. Check it out on our YouTube channel and hit that bell to subscribe.